One of the things that you must do while in the Cancun area is visit some of the breathtaking watering holes they call cenotes. The Yucatan Peninsula doesn't have any lakes or above-ground rivers. The population actually gets their fresh water from a series of underground rivers and more than 6,000 cenotes. These cenotes can be visible from surface or they can be deep into caves. Some are shallow and others are hundreds of feet deep.
Oh, that's freaking high. Okay, that's one way to enter.
Just be prepared, the water in them is quite cold, but after the first 30 seconds or so, the temperature is actually pretty comfortable. How do you get to them? Well, you can drive to many of them on your own if you're renting a car, and you can even take a cheap bus or colectivo to some of them, but you'll probably be interested in some of the other things that I suggest in this video, and many of the tours that you can take around Cancun include a stop at a cenote, so that may be a way to check out some cenotes without increasing your trip expenditures at all. The next stop is Playa Caracol. This small but very pretty beach is located on the northern end of the hotel zone, just a short walk from the Cancun nightclub scene and right across the street from the Hotel Aloft where I stayed on my recent trip to Cancun. If you're not staying nearby, you can get here from almost anywhere in Cancun by taking the R1 or the R2 bus line, which costs less than $1 each way. The Cancun bus system is very easy to use, but you can open Google Maps to help you navigate them. This bus stops right at the entrance to the beach, which is really convenient. The public beach is free to enter, and if you want a very affordable beach day, you can walk across the street to the Chedraui Selecto, a fancy grocery store, and buy any food or drink that you want for the day. There are also many restaurants within walking distance of Playa Caracol as well. If you want it, and if you get there early enough to snag one, you can also rent chairs and an umbrella for not too much money. To get away from the hotel for the day and enjoy the beautiful nature of Cancun, one of my favorite things to do is an Isla Mujeres catamaran tour. On this tour, you'll spend a few hours cruising around the calm, beautiful waters of Cancun and Isla Mujeres. The tour will vary a little bit depending on which one you book, but it will likely include a lunch at Isla Mujeres, and then they'll give you a couple hours to explore the island. You might stop for a swim at the beautiful Playa Norte or go snorkeling at the Cancun Underwater Museum. These tours typically include unlimited booze as well. Unless you're paying the big bucks to get a private catamaran, you're probably going to be sharing it with other people. So here's a pro tip for you. When everyone boards the boat, immediately snag any seat in the shade by putting your belongings on that seat. You'll be free to roam around the boat and spend as much time in the sun as you want, but I guarantee that you'll want to relax in that shaded spot from time to time. The next thing I highly recommend that you do while in Cancun is go to Xcaret. This is an almost indescribable experience. It's an ecological park, it's a water park, it's an amusement park, and it's an archaeological site all in one. There are so many things to do at Xcaret that you could spend several days there without ever repeating a single experience. There are more than 50 different activities in the park, so there are far too many to cover in this video, but you could go swimming in one of the underground rivers or see the wildlife such as the flamingos or the sea turtles. In addition to these things, you can also go see the on-site ancient ruins, attend one of their incredible cultural experiences, or visit their representation of a typical Mexican cemetery. And while that might sound kind of dark or creepy, it's actually really colorful and a pretty interesting experience. You can get substantial discounts to Xcaret if you buy your tickets at least 3 weeks in advance on their website, if you buy tickets to multiple parks, or if you purchase them from a Costco in Mexico. If you want to party while in Cancun, check out one of the popular nightclubs. One recommendation I have for you is Coco Bongo because it's more than just a nightclub. It isn't cheap, but they put on an awesome show for several hours and it's a really great experience. If you decide to go to Coco Bongo, I'd recommend giving the hostess a great tip of about $20 when you arrive to help ensure that you get great service and one of the best seats in the house. I suggest this because the biggest complaint that people have is that they didn't get good seats. By the way, you can usually get discounted Coco Bongo tickets at any Costco in Mexico or on the Costco Mexico website. If you want a more typical nightclub experience, I recommend Monkey Business because they have great live music, a fun party atmosphere, and it's a bit cheaper than the other nearby nightclubs. Located a bit north of Tulum, Xel-Ha is one of the incredible experiences that Xcaret offers in the area. Xel-Ha might be described as Xcaret's water park cousin. Here you're going to find many attractions, mostly themed around water. There are gorgeous cenotes, huge water slides, zip lines that drop you into the water, small rivers that you can go tubing on, and amazing turquoise waters from the Caribbean. You can also take a bike ride through the jungle pass or go up to the top of the lighthouse tower to get incredible views of the area. And if you don't know how to swim, no worry there because they provide life vests for every activity. It's worth noting that the cenotes estuaries at Xel-Ha are protected, so you can't swim in them, but despite that, there are still lots of things to experience here. If you're interested in checking out Xel-Ha, you can get discounted tickets by purchasing them in advance on their website or by buying them from Costco, Mexico. Another cool thing to do is going snorkeling or scuba diving at the reef. Just offshore from Cancun is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, the second largest barrier reef in the world. It runs for 700 miles along the coast of Mexico, Belize, and even further south from there. So if you want to see the world under the water, you can take a snorkeling or scuba diving tour to the reef. Something else you can do for almost free in Cancun is to head to the gorgeous public beach of Playa Delfines, where you can enjoy the beautiful turquoise waters and white sand. To get here from the hotel zone, just make sure that you're on the correct side of the street so that your bus is going in the right direction, and flag down any R1 or R2 bus that you see. These buses will only drop off at a bus stop, but they'll typically pick up from anywhere if you just reach your hand out, as if you're flagging a taxi. The bus will cost less than $1 per person. Once you arrive at the beach, it's free to enter, and there will probably be vendors selling food and drinks. However, there are no stores or restaurants nearby, so be sure to bring any food or refreshments that you might want during the day. If you arrive to Playa Delfines early enough in the day, you can snag a free chair and umbrella, but if you arrive later and there isn't any shade available, you can always throw down your own towel anywhere. While you're here, be sure to take a picture with the Cancun sign as a little something to remember your vacation. If you want a more upscale beach experience, head to one of the many beach clubs where you can rent a nice shaded beachfront lounger for the day while you're served food and cocktails. One example of this is Zama Beach Club on Isla Mujeres, but if you want to remain in the hotel zone, Mandala Beach Club might be a good option for you. The way that most of these beach clubs work is the chair and umbrella are free. You just have to buy enough food and drinks to meet the minimum consumption requirement, which might be $50 a person, give or take, depending on which club you go to. If you want to see some ancient ruins without leaving the hotel zone, you can head to the El Rey Archeological site. Depending on where you're staying, it might actually be within walking distance of your hotel, but if it's not, you can easily hop on one of the R1 or R2 buses heading in that direction to get there easily and affordably. It only costs a few dollars to enter, and it's typically not busy at all. You can even get a private tour with a professional guide for about $10, during which they'll teach you a lot about the history of the area. La Isla Mall in Cancun is a vibrant and popular shopping destination. Located in the heart of the hotel zone, it offers a unique open-air shopping experience with a stunning waterfront location. The mall features over 150 stores, including fancy stores like Prada and others I can't pronounce, but you also have local boutiques and cheaper options like H&M, catering to a diverse range of tastes and budgets. Visitors can enjoy strolling along the picturesque canals that run through the mall, which are reminiscent of Venice, Italy. In addition to shopping, La Isla Mall offers a variety of dining options, from casual eateries to upscale restaurants, serving both local and international cuisine. If you want to party while getting a glimpse into one of Mexico's vibrant traditions, check out Xochimilco by Xcaret. Inspired by the famous Mexico City canals, Xochimilco offers a super fun atmosphere where you'll float around on the canals for a few hours in a colorful flat-bottom boat while enjoying unlimited booze, live music, and Mexican food. One reviewer on Google describes this experience as the most fun they've ever had in their life. You can get discounted tickets on the Xcaret website by bundling with other Xcaret experiences or by purchasing your tickets in advance. If you want a change of scenery from Cancun, take the short ferry ride over to Isla Mujeres. Isla Mujeres, or the Island of Women as it translates to English, has some of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life. While at the island, you can enjoy the gorgeous scenery while sipping on a cocktail from one of the many beach bars. You can explore a small part of the island on foot, but if you'd like to have a bit of fun and see more of the island, you can rent a golf cart for a few hours. There are multiple ferry options to get over to Isla Mujeres, but if you choose the Xcaret option, you get to go up to the top of Cancun Scenic Tower totally free. This tower experience lasts about 15 minutes, taking you 260 feet into the air as the capsule slowly spins all the way around, giving you 360-degree views of Cancun and the surrounding area. The views from the top are absolutely stunning. The ticket for just the tower experience goes for like $20 a person, but you can buy an Isla Mujeres ferry ticket on the Xcaret website for just $13, and that price includes a free scenic tower ticket. It's tough to beat that value. You might notice that I'm mentioning Xcaret a lot in this video. This video isn't sponsored, it's just that Xcaret really knows what they're doing and they know how to create awesome experiences. As a matter of fact, there are many other Xcaret experiences in the area that I intentionally left out of this video, not because they're not awesome, but just because I didn't want half the video to be about Xcaret. Xcaret. Next, you can visit the Mayan Museum and the archaeological site of San Miguelito. Located in the Cancun hotel zone, it offers visitors a unique opportunity to explore the rich history and heritage of the ancient Maya civilization. Adjacent to the museum, the San Miguelito archaeological zone features the remains of a Mayan settlement dating back to the 1200s, where you can explore the restored structures, including temples, plazas, and residential areas, gaining a deeper understanding of the architectural prowess and urban planning of the ancient Maya. To get there, if staying in the hotel zone, just hop on one of the R1 or R2 buses heading in that direction and then get off at the nearest bus stop. It'll cost you less than $1. By the way, I've mentioned these buses a few times in this video. The Cancun bus system is super easy to use and affordable. If you want to get to the Cancun hotel zone from the airport without spending an arm and a leg on a taxi, you can buy a cheap ADO bus ticket to Cancun Centro and from there take the R1 or R2 bus into the hotel zone. Marina Puerto Cancun is another great shopping mall that you can check out. It's located right next to the marina, so you have views of the water from the mall. And in addition to shopping, you can also visit one of its mini restaurants or go grab an ice cream and take a stroll along the boardwalk next to the water. Puerto Maya Cancun is one of the highest rated tours in the Cancun hotel zone. For $69 a person, you get to cruise through the jungle in a little speedboat, go snorkeling, have lunch, and see a Mayan show. When talking about bang for the buck, this is one of the better value tours in the area. If you want to get away from Cancun for a day or two, one great option is to go check out the magic town of Valladolid. Located about a 2.5-hour drive inland, Valladolid, as we know it today, dates back to the colonial era. However, the Mayans were living here long before then. While in Valladolid, I recommend getting a marquesita in the center square. You can choose your toppings, but my personal favorite combination is Nutella and banana. While there, have a couple of meals at various restaurants because Valladolid has some of my favorite food that I've tried in all of Mexico. One restaurant I recommend you check out is Xcaret Mayan Cuisine. If you have a few extra days to spare, I highly recommend that you go check out Bacalar. Located about 4 hours drive south of Cancun, you can arrive here by bus or car. Bacalar, the town, sits adjacent to the Bacalar Lagoon, which is also known as the Lagoon of Seven Colors. This is one of the prettiest places that I've been to all across Mexico. While there, I recommend trying some of the awesome food and taking a kayak out onto the water. Here you can see me and my dog Laska having the time of our lives out on the lagoon. Located about 30 minutes south of Cancun is the little town of Puerto Morelos. I was actually living here for a couple of years. It's a quaint little beach town with a nice vibe, and you'll find that Puerto Morelos is quite a bit cheaper than the Cancun hotel zone. While in Puerto Morelos, you should go take a picture with the iconic leaning lighthouse that was blown over by a hurricane in the 1960s. And I also recommend that you enjoy some of the great restaurants that the town has to offer, such as Boquinete. Additionally, if you want a nice beach club experience without spending a ton of money, you can go check out Unico Beach Club. If you're planning to stay overnight in Puerto Morelos, you should know that there are two parts of the town. There's the part of the town by the beach where you'll probably want to stay, and then a couple kilometers away is the other side of town, or what they call La Colonia. So when you're booking, if you want to be by the beach, just make sure your hotel or your Airbnb is definitely on the beach side. Another awesome place that you can visit on your trip to Cancun is the Tulum Archeological site. Located about 90 minutes south of the Cancun airport, I think the Tulum Ruins are definitely worth a visit. What makes this archaeological site amazing for me is its location right next to the gorgeous Caribbean Sea. As of this video, parking at the ruins costs a bit less than $10, and the entrance fee is about $5 per person, but entry is free on Sundays. You can find tours that will take you to the Tulum Ruins, the Coba Ruins, and incredible cenotes all in one day. For an indescribably awesome experience while in Cancun, you can go swim with the sea turtles in crystal clear turquoise waters. For the best experience, you're probably going to want to head to Akumal. Akumal is located about halfway between Playa del Carmen and Tulum. The easiest but most expensive way to swim with the sea turtles would be to book an all-inclusive tour that includes transportation from your hotel, equipment, and a guide, whereas the most economical option would be to take public transportation to Akumal, then rent snorkel equipment from the Akumal dive shop and go snorkeling without a guide. So, based on your budget, there's different options for you. Next is Chichen Itza. This is one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. The focal point of Chichen Itza, the one that you always see, is the Grand Pyramid known as El Castillo, or the Temple of Kukulkan. This architectural marvel is a representation of the Mayan calendar, with 91 steps on each of its 4 sides, adding up to 365 steps in total. The site also boasts other remarkable structures, such as the Temple of the Warriors, a massive stone complex adorned with intricate carvings and columns. The Great Ball Court stands out as the largest of its kind in Mesoamerica, featuring stone rings high on the walls where a ball game was played, demonstrating the Mayans' athletic prowess. Chichen Itza's historical significance is evident in its well-preserved structures and the cultural legacy it represents. The site attracts countless visitors who are captivated by its rich history, architectural marvels, and the profound insights it provides into the ancient Mayan civilization. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the wonders of the past. If you want to visit Chichen Itza on your trip to Cancun, plan on it taking an entire day. There are many Chichen Itza tours that you can book, and I'd recommend choosing one that also stops in the magic town of Valladolid. It's a neat little town with incredible food that also gives you a glimpse into what colonial Mexico is like. Coba is another really neat archaeological site that you can visit. It's an ancient Mayan city located about 45 minutes from Tulum. Once home to more than 50,000 people, here you'll find one of the tallest Mayan structures in the region. Surrounded by lush jungle, Coba offers a unique and adventurous experience as you can rent bicycles or hire guides to explore its expansive archaeological site and discover all of the hidden temples. When I last visited a few years ago, you were able to climb the tallest pyramid, but I've recently heard that it isn't being allowed. If in the future they allow visitors to climb it again, I highly recommend it because it's really awesome to have that view from above the jungle canopy. I thought that visiting Coba was a really fun experience because you bike through these jungle paths as you encounter many different ancient ruins. And the breeze from riding around on a bike helps to keep you cool on those hot days. To book tours to any of these places that I mentioned, you could buy from the tour salesperson in your hotel or from a tour booth on the street. But if you buy from one of those places, there's no way to know the quality of the tour you're booking beforehand. So to find the very best excursions and tours, I recommend you do one of three things. Number one, you can Google Cancun Experiences Airbnb and look at the highest rated experiences on Airbnb. The closer to 5 stars, the better. For example, if an Airbnb experience is rated 4.95 and it has 100 reviews, you know it's going to be worth it. My second recommendation is that you Google Best Tours Cancun TripAdvisor and you'll see the user ratings of all the most popular tours in the area on TripAdvisor. Don't hesitate to book any that are 5 stars. Or the third great option is you can go into the description of this video and I'll link to some awesome tours for you. Next, watch this video on what not to do in Cancun.